Time to play one of the best games ever created. That's right, Chrono Trigger. Those are my sisters. New game. Controls are backwards. Active. What is my name? For all intents and purposes, I'm just going to leave all the names as they are. Party! Woo! Party! Chrono! Chrono! Good morning, Chrono! Come on, sleepyhead, get up! I'm not gonna read all of these. Just whenever I frickin' feel like it. What do you mean, behave myself? Love Chrono Trigger. Love Chrono Trigger so much. I'm going to do everything. I know every single little secret in this game. Played it 1,000 times. Over and over. And while I may have forgotten a few things, like some of the really far off stuff, I know some really weird stuff. Like, in the Mayor's Manor, there's actually a tutorial. No. The Education Center. And you can take anything you find here, which is awesome. So I'm just gonna run by here, steal crap, so I don't have to waste my time later. And I'm also going to show you a few neat tricks that I found out. A lot of these tricks will help, but I won't use the extra help. I just want the realism. For instance, this race thing, it's not on the SNES, but on the emulator, there's a fast forward button, so you can get tons of frickin' points really quickly. What I do is I always vote for Cadillac, the kitty, because I think it's kind of cute that some of these guys can be beaten by a cat. But you do that, and you can get the load sword for practically nothing. The load sword you don't get naturally until a little later on. I'm not going to waste my time with all these silver points, except for Gato. Run into her. I'm going to get blamed for that later, but I don't give a shit. Oh yeah, some girl around here says that if two people meet under the ringing bell, they're sure to have fun and interesting lives. Alright, be sure to talk to her before you get the pendant, or it'll come back to bite you in the ass later. Doesn't matter that much, but Mind if I walk around with you? Sure. You're a true gentleman. Oh, by the way, my name is Marl. I call it Marl, some people say Meryl, but that just reminds me of the Pokemon too much, so I'm not going to do that. Now if you go this way, it's a prehistoric dancing studio. And you can dance. After talking to him, you can dance, I think. Yeah. It's just a bunch of different emocons, and you can cycle through them. Alright, I'm done with that. Just showing you the stuff. Alright. Him, I don't know the person that can do this without cheating, but there's a slow-mo button. That's how I beat him, but it's only 5 silver points, so it's not really worth it. Do not take the guy's lunch. There's some stuff in it, but it's not that important. Take the kitty. Bring it to the sweet little girl. Gives you brownie points later. Oh, and Mara will like you for it, which is, I guess, a bonus. Alright. A good tip would be... you're going to need Cyclone... Well, you don't need it, but it's nice to have later on. So I would suggest fighting Gato until you get the 5 points. I'm going to do that, but I don't think you want to watch. So I'm just going to pause this real quick and fight him 5 times. Alright. So you get Cyclone, and you move on. Now what I suggest you do with all those silver points you racked up by fighting him... I didn't rack up points because halfway through I started spending them on tonics. That's what you should do. You should get tonics because you might need them later, but you should also get some equipment for Chrono. It's just nice to have. Alright, so Lucca's device is all set up. She's at the north end of the square. Oh, but before I go there, one last thing. Let me go back down. Heckler's Laboratory. Kinda creepy, kinda fun, not my cup of tea. Melchior, he'll become important later. Right now he's just a swordsmith. I showed you the load sword before. Alright, time for... Hold your horses, I want some candy. Of course you do. If you try to walk away, she won't let you, just give me a second. And the timer will start over, you just gotta wait for her to pick her candy. Just kinda sit there. She's a gossip lady. I hate fairs. You know the latest gossip. If you say yes, and she says then beat it. If no, she tells you that the princess is missing. Princess of Guardia. Who frickin' cares? Step right up and in view. The super dimensional warp is the invention of the century. Now, take in mind this is 1000 AD, and they have teleporters. What happened to them? Where did they go? Why don't we have them? Alright. Give it a try, kid. Oh, it's you, Chrono. So they know each other. Oh boy. Alright. Let's try the pod. Boop. All systems on. Begin energy transfer. And warp. I have to imagine that would have kind of hurt. It works. Wow, I can't believe it actually works. That's what he says, watch. It worked? I can't believe it. Thrilling display of science at its best. No. Next video.